Now what you want to do is get your fingers just a little bit further apart and just tug.
So, and then you would spin this into wool fibers.
Yes.
And then weave the wool fibers.
Wow. Okay. I'm trying to find a drop spin.
If you twist it then like that, it suddenly becomes a fiber, and it's really like all the little fibers bind together. It's like interweaving the leaves of a phone book. And then, even though it's just a bunch of fibers, you can't pull it apart. That's so cool.
This is a drop spindle. Actually, what it is a chopstick, which I whittled a hook into and stabbed through a peanut butter lid.
Yes, so a drop spindle.
Yes, it's a drop spindle. So this is your drop spindle. Now what you're going to do is you're going to give that some spin, and then draft back, and then spin it up. Now, with this hand, you're going to stop the spin from going into your fibers, because the spin locks. The thing it does is locks fiber in place. And then you draw out some more and spin it. If you have a thick area, that's called a slub. We don't like slubs. If it gets too thin, it breaks, but we're not really in too much danger of that. And that is spinning in a nutshell. Your turn.
Okay.
So drafting means pulling fibers apart.
Okay, so you spin it.
And then you see this texture it's starting to get? We call that telephone cord. You want to avoid telephone cord. That means it's got too much spin.
Gotcha.
But that spin is stored up, so if you draft a little bit more, that spin will rush up into the new draft. Now what you want to do is get your fingers just a little bit further apart and just tug. Because the individual fibers, that's called the staple length of the type of fiber we're dealing with. These ones are probably about 2 inches long, and so you want your fingers to be further apart than about 2 inches. Now that you've got a little bit more string than is manageable, you're going to pause it for a second, unwind it off the hook, and then wind it onto here. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Okay. So what do you think of spinning?
I think it's incredibly labor intensive.
They said it took several spinners to keep one weaver busy.
Oh, I believe it.
Because this is kind of the choke point in that process.
Only several?
I forget how many the number was, but it was more than 2, I'll tell you that.
You know, I can see how, like, ladies' sewing circles started.
Yeah, you can totally chat while you're doing this.
Yes. Well, and you would want to chat while you do this. You would not want to do this by itself. Forever.
There's the old phrase for telling a story, which is spinning a yarn. Yeah, see? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe below. We like to do projects that get back to basics, including carding wool and learning how to make things from scratch.
A big shout out again to our subscriber Yolanda, who sent us this beautiful wool that we're going to use for some cool projects. Thank you again so much, and be sure to subscribe below and give us a like if you enjoyed the video.